how's it, Dean? Many congratulations as a captain and as a player. I just want to know, how does it feel?
Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but first and foremost, it's a test win for South Africa. This kind of victory, and yeah, the last 4 days has really pushed us to different levels and different areas within our team, and the guys have responded brilliantly with regards to certain requests that I've obviously asked us to do, and yeah, sitting here, it's nice to, it's great, actually great to know that we've accomplished another test win.
The side showed true grit and strength, especially in this test. Congrats. Now, on to my question. Are you guys satisfied how you guys utilized all 11 players in the past 2 tests? And will we see any changes in the last test in personnel, especially taking into account the pitch conditions and the team performances in batting and bowling departments? Also, the series being compared to that one of in 2018 against India as well.
Look, you select a team to fulfill 5 days of cricket. We weren't, or we didn't have the opportunity to obviously use a guy like Kesh, where he would have come into the mix on day 4 and 5 if the test was going to go that duration. Be as it may, I'm still happy with the 11 guys we chose. The guys put their hands up and they executed exactly what they had to. Again, you select a team for 5 days of cricket. You don't just select the team for 2 or 3 days of cricket. So yeah, I can't doubt or fault our team selection with regards to that. And your second question was about the conditions, right?
Yes, it was, Dean. Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know what Cape Town has to offer currently. I played a domestic game there not too long ago, so I kind of have a gist of what to expect. But saying that, we still have quite a few days before that test match starts, and quite a few days before we actually start with our preparation. So for now, I think I'm going to take this test match win, and I want to obviously embrace it and celebrate it with my teammates. We've got a lot of young guys in our squad that it's their first test win ever, and yeah, I think they need to understand and realize how significant it is for us. So yeah, hopefully in a few days' time, when I do the presser before the next test, I'll be able to give you an accurate answer with regards to if any personnel will be thought of.
Dean, personally, I mean, we've seen plenty of innings in the past, and I'm sure that many rate this right up there as one of the best South African innings. Personally, where do you rate it from your own performance? Also, from a captaincy perspective, I know we've had chats in the past. You talk about great hard captains that you've played under Biff, Boehm, Johan van der Walt. As far as your legacy is concerned, was this the defining innings and defining test for you as both a player and a captain?
Yeah, I think it speaks in quite a few tales at the moment, Derek. Firstly, another win as a as a captain, irrespective of my performance. I'm always team over performance. I'm team over accolades. I don't play for accolades. I don't play for the personal gain out of this game. I play for my teammates and winning. That's why I play this game. But yeah, it's a special day. I mean, and as it is, luck was on my side, and I was the person that got us over the line with my other teammates by all means. So I'm not going to exclude them from their achievements out of what they've done throughout the last 4 days. But yeah, it's still a nice feeling knowing that you contributed in a big way. I think it means a hell of a lot for me when it comes to influencing our environment and leading from the front. It's always something that I've liked to have done when I was even as a schoolboy. Something I've always wanted to do was lead from the front, and I think it makes a lot easier for guys to follow you in your footsteps and actually trust what you're saying in the change room. So I think in that respect, it goes a long way. But yeah, I know it's only the second test. We've got a third test to go, and I think that's the most important one coming up.
Dean, many congratulations. When play started today after such a lengthy delay, you guys had 34 overs, and it didn't seem like a very promising period of play for you guys. I mean, I thought you guys had more to lose and not much to gain. What was the mindset of you guys, though? I mean, were you always going to be as positive as you guys were? Did you guys believe that you could finish it today?
I don't think we ever once thought of looking at the end result. I think we needed to start well as a batting unit. Myself and Rassi had to start well for the first, say, half an hour. And then we could maybe capitalize on if they bowled a few loose deliveries, which actually worked in our favor. I think we respected the areas they bowled, and obviously we earned a few areas where we could put the ball away. But yeah, I don't think there was a lot to gain out of a few hours of play today. We might have lost like 4 wickets, and then we're really in trouble. So I took a lot of responsibility within the batting. I almost said to myself last night that I'm going to be there at the end. And I mean, as a batter and a senior batter, someone that's been around long enough as the captain, I have to take that responsibility. It's not always going to work out, but today it worked out, Ken. And yeah, it's. I'm glad it finished today. Let's put it that way, because it's a highly stressful and intense Test series playing against the Indian side, and I don't think you would expect anything else playing against them.
Congratulations, Dean. Dean, you obviously took a lot of body blows there, and you don't seem to mind it too much. Can you maybe describe what that feels like when you're getting hit, and how that, I guess, impacts you?
I think they should stop hitting me, because I don't seem to go out when they hit me. So I think I kind of draw on that pain. As I said after the match in the interview, some call it stupid, some call it brave. I like to see it as latter. I like to see it as another influencing factor within our team. If I'm willing to put my body on the line, so should everyone else. And yeah, it's not a demand. I think playing for your country, you kind of expected to do that, irrespective of how you're feeling. And you need to focus on the bigger task at hand, and that's obviously to try and get a win. But yeah, me getting hit, I mean, it's just another article, isn't it? And kind of over those articles, so it's time to write some good cricket stories.
Dean, do you think this might be a turning point now for what is a young group? You think this might be one of those fundamental turning points where it can only get better from here, or it's a foundation for something very positive in the future, long term?
I think a positive move, no doubt. I think it's a step in the right direction. Look, we're still going to have a lot of challenging encounters coming our way. Even in the next test, we're going to have a lot of encounters where we're going to be pushed to different boundaries, and it's how the guys respond to that. But I'd like to think it's a massive positive move in the right direction. Yeah, I think it's a confidence booster for a lot of our players within the squad, because we've got a relatively young and inexperienced squad, guys who haven't been around the Test arena for quite some time. So yeah, I'd like to think it's a move in the right direction, but still bearing in mind that it's not always going to go our way. It's not always going to be a game like we've had in the second test.
Dean, were you the one that lit KG's rocket?
It sounds horrible the way you put it like that, Dennis.
Yeah, sorry, I heard it when I said it.
Oh, maybe you enjoy that. I don't know. But yeah, I was someone who went up to KG, and I said to him, "You are immensely respected cricketer within our group, and at the moment, I don't think you're conducting yourself extremely well when it comes to performance. I know what KG's capable of. He's world class. When KG's got his tail up, there's no better bowler than him in the world. And I've experienced quite a few guys over my period of being part of this team. But it was a good chat. I can have those chats with KG, and he responds extremely well. He takes it away and he lets it process and thinks about it overnight, and then he comes back the next day with a scenario for me. And he was the one who came to me and said, you know, what we spoke of yesterday was you've hit the nail on the head. And I think he actually was underselling his value within the group. I think he can sometimes be a little bit too relaxed, and he needs to understand that his performance on the field and his performance in the change room is huge. I think it speaks more volumes to what I can contribute within the change room. So yeah, I wouldn't say it was a rocket. It was maybe a tough love conversation that KG and I had.
Hi, Dean. Congratulations on the win. Looking at both your innings, what was the change in strategy in your mindset? Because the second inning seemed a lot better and a lot easier from a run scoring perspective compared to the first one.
Are you talking about mine or the team?
Yes, yours.
I set myself a goal to bat 40 overs. I think that kind of breaks the new ball up. As an opening batter or opening pair, we haven't come off as we kind of like expect us to do. We did it in the second innings, which really helped us. But I kind of set myself another challenge that I want to go out and I want to bat 40 overs. Doesn't matter about what I score. I mean, on day 2, they bowled a serious spell to me, and I had to respect what was coming my way. The minute I go out of my box, I'm gonna go out, and then I put our team under more pressure. But I would like to think I took a bit of the sting out of their tail, which as an opening batter you have to do. You have to see if the new ball. You got to try and make it easier for your number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 that's coming in. So yeah, it was more a strategy point of view. Second innings, look, we had a game to win, and as I had to respect the start of the innings, as I always respect the start of the innings, and as it worked out, I started accumulating runs a little bit easier and gaining a little bit more confidence going in. And yeah, it was obviously two different game plans going into the 2 different innings.
Congratulations. When you look at the test match as a whole, your 90 odd will stand out as the match winning innings. But you mentioned the importance of the team facet. When you look back at this particular game, the 60 from Dean and from Keegan and the 50 from Timber, how important are those 2 innings now in the context of the game, squaring it up and taking it to Newlands?
No doubt. They made a massive play for us in the second innings. I think those little on a tough conditions, on a relatively tough batting wicket, you those little 60s, those little 50s, those little 40s, they contribute in a big way. I think it was important for us to try and match their score, go past it, just so that we were never out of the game, so we can control it a little bit when we come to bowl in the second innings, which we did pretty well. But yeah, those contributions from Keegan and from Timber was valuable, extremely valuable for us setting up our second innings, I'd say. And it's also important that Keegan gains that experience and gains that confidence with regards to his performance. And yeah, I can only see him coming good from the achievement that he did in the first innings.
Hi, Captain. Congratulations on the win and well played. My question for you is, what have been the overall takeaways for you from this test match when you go into the Cape Town next week? And also a word on your performance. Where do you rate it among your knocks played for South Africa?
I actually forgot your first question.
Okay, no problem. I'll say it again. What are the overall takeaways or the learnings from this test which you'll carry forward to Cape Town?
Okay, so yeah, I think the basics of the game was something that we emphasised on nicely. We spoke long and hard about potentially changing a game plan for our batters, focusing on a certain area that we can be a lot better at, that we weren't very good with in the first test. Yeah, there were definitely areas that we focused on, and going into Cape Town, I think we're going to have to overemphasize and we've got to be pretty much on it in the same kind of game plan. So I don't see things changing too much with regards to game plans going into Cape Town. So yeah, and with regards to my performance, was that the second one?
Yeah, what was your rating?
I think there's been a few innings, I guess, but this is right up there. It's contributing in a big way on a win speaks a lot more than anything when it comes to personal gain or personal accolades. I was just extremely glad as the captain I could be there at the end and lead us over the line, which was a do or die kind of test match for us. So I would say it was up there, maybe top three influencing innings that I've played for the Protests.